At the beginning of 2022, I set myself the goal to get my first professional ATP point by the end of the year. I've documented my journey every single week for the past 4 months through my first tournament, how much my journey costs, my serve transformation, my first win, as well as playing some of the top players in the world ATP rankings, including the number 775 and the world number 397. As I showed you in last week's video, I flew spontaneously to Sardinia in Italy to compete in my first professional $25,000 futures tournament. With no expectations, I went into the event with not much pressure and surrounded by an unbelievable view. It felt a little bit more like a holiday, to be honest.
This is pear juice. Never had pear juice before, but it tastes really good.
I was lucky enough to get a walkover in my first round of qualifying, and in the second round I played against a Greek player, Mischker, a veteran of the ITF Futures Tour, having played since he was pretty much 13-14 years old. He'd also already got his first ATP points for singles and doubles and was currently ranked 240 on the ITF Pro circuit at the time that we played, and after a 2.5 hour battle with the Greek player, I managed to come out on top in a tight third set match tiebreak 10-7. The full video and the full highlights will be linked in the description down below. That meant that I progressed to the main draw, where I'll play for my first ATP point. My opponent was to be a German veteran, Johannes Hertheis from Germany, a former ATP 300 player and currently sitting around the world number 500 spot. Having played tournaments since 2011 when I was only 8 years old, there was a pretty big jump in the experience between me and him. So let's jump into the highlights of me competing for my first ATP point. I hope you enjoy. And don't forget to subscribe to join my journey and help create future videos down the line.
As you can tell from the first point, I knew that this match was going to be a long battle between me and my opponent, and as you can tell as well, the sun was shining pretty heavily in the midday sun. Now, I know that in a match like this on a clay court, the serve isn't going to hold as much power, which is great for me because he was 2 meters tall and usually would be a massive weapon, and I needed to use my speed, my agility, and just pure hustle to try and win as many points and as many games as possible, to try and put him under as much pressure as possible early on. Now, I got this opportunity at 30-15 in the second game of this match, and my aim here was just to absolutely hustle. And of course, I got lucky there with a lob, setting up 2 break points really early on in this match.
But guys, I just wanted to quickly say that only a fraction of you that watch these videos are actually subscribed. So if you want to help out the channel and make sure future Road to 1 ATP point videos are so much cooler than they are now, make sure to smash that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future upload. Enjoy the rest of the highlights.
And after breaking in that third game, I knew that there were going to be a lot of breaks in this match, as of course on a clay court it's much easier to return than it is to serve, especially as the match goes on. Now, I was pretty nervous, I'm not going to lie, so maybe some of my shots were landing a bit shorter, but I was trying to hit lots of spin, which would kick the ball through the court and make it difficult for my opponent to actually try and be aggressive off my shots. And as well, another thing you might notice is that I'm trying to use my forehand a lot, try and be really aggressive off the forehand side. That's definitely a weapon of mine, so trying to dictate the game a little bit with my forehand was definitely one of my biggest strategies. So here, as you saw, I was 2 break points down and I managed to fight back to get it back to Juice, but unfortunately he has a 3rd break point opportunity, and when these opportunities begin to stack up, eventually your opponent's going to break through because you can't win all of the break points, and that's exactly what happened here as I put a forehand wide, succumbing to a little bit of the pressure early on. So it wouldn't really be one of my matches if I didn't at least put up a little bit of a fight in this first set. I really tried to find some rhythm and really just be difficult to beat. Tough to beat is what I was saying to myself. Not missing any balls, not giving him any free points, and really trying to dictate the points with my forehand and hustle for every ball exactly like that. And just try and find a way back and win a few games and see if I could level it out at 5-all.
One!
And there you go, I dig it out. It's back to 5-all on level terms again, and now the momentum swing is all my way. Can I keep it going and take the first set? So yes, the first set goes my way. Now, all about the second. Can I keep this momentum going? I'm only 1 set away from my first ATP point in my first tournament. Now, the camera angle did change slightly because of the GoPro that we were filming with running out of battery and overheating, etc. So please bear with the fence in the picture a little bit. So early on in this third, Johannes was really beginning to power through his service games and making it difficult on my service games by playing a lot of depth being a lot more consistent and making it really difficult for me to penetrate the court, whereas he was beginning to feel his stride a little bit more and be a little bit more aggressive, especially towards my backhand side, which allowed him to have a few more opportunities to dictate the point. Being 4-1 down on his serve, I know I have to win this next game. It's super important to hold my service game here, otherwise I could see a total collapse in this second set and have a really big momentum shift going into the third. So after a breakpoint chance coming and going, I give away the second set 6-3, which is tough, as it would have gone similarly to the first set if I had broken there. However, I tried to regroup, and as you can see here, the third set, he began super strong, breaking me straight away. And here, I probably played some of the best tennis of the match actually, but so did he. He was really warm, the sun had come off the court, so it was a little bit less physical. I gave it my absolute best. And I knew the game was slipping away from me a little bit when I went 3-love down, a double break. And this is the moment I said to myself, I'm going to give everything I have left, everything left in the tank, just leave it all out on the court. And that's exactly what I did. in the end, it wasn't enough, and I went 4-love down. And after such a long game, it's so heartbreaking to come so close with so many break points to maybe finding a way back into this match. And unfortunately, it didn't go my way this time. And I'm facing being 5-love down in this third set. However, I haven't lost hope. I'm still fighting hard, as I know that in these types of matches, 1 or 2 games, like in the first set, can totally change it. As that travels long, I unfortunately double fault on match point and lose the match.
Right guys, so overall I think it was a pretty valiant effort. I lost in 3 sets against the world number 500, which gives me lots of hope going forward into future tournaments to try and get my first ATP point. Now next week I'm playing in my second tournaments in Germany, where I'm going to play in the qualifying draw to once again try and compete for more ITF points and once again for my ATP point. That's going to come out next Sunday, and a little teaser, I am at Moratoglu Tennis Academy right now, so in the weeks to come there's going to be so many awesome videos where I'm training here, doing a few collabs with some awesome other YouTubers, and loads of awesome stuff in the pipeline. So make sure that you subscribe and turn the notifications on to be notified when these videos come out, because trust me, they're awesome and you don't want to miss them. And I'll see you guys in the next video.